to my channel again at Nenura. Thank you for keeping it real on this channel. My name is Lillian Neka Honora. I'm a registered nurse here in the UK. I've been there for a while. So I'm just going to go straight ahead to the topic of today, which is how to register with NMC UK. Basically, I mean, there are lots and lots of videos about this. In fact, I'm surprised. I had a friend, I've got people asking me, still asking me questions about this. Sorry, let me just check. Yeah, it's on. And I'm like, I keep directing them to you. There are so many videos on this already. They say, oh, yeah, I want to hear from you. Just do your research and do a video. So that's here I am making this video. So basically, I'm going to quickly run through the stages. I've made a note here of you registering with NMC UK. And then I'm going to show you how to do the checklist. I won't be able to proceed forward because I haven't got the time and, I'm no longer at that stage anymore. So you might want to, if you're looking at registering, then you might want to go forward to doing the eligibility check and all that. But I'll quickly take you to NMC website where you can do these checks. So number one thing to do is the first stage is once you go into the NMC website, I'm going to share my screen now so we can do like a checklist of, they give you a list of the things you require. So the first thing to do is the checklist, or rather I will go through the list first and then we'll go through the checklist so we don't keep going back and forth. So the first thing is doing a checklist on NMC website. The checklist stage is whereby once you log into the NMC website, they are going to ask you, okay, are you going to register? Okay, we're just going to quickly, I'm just going to quickly share my screen here. Okay, I'm already on the website here. Click on here and say share. So it's just gonna be, I'm already at it's just nmc.org.uk, takes you straight into the NMC website. I mean, it's a bit more refined now. It's looking lovely. It wasn't like this when I registered, but hey, let's move ahead. So you're just gonna go to the registration, you go down to joining the register, and then you're going to click on there. It's going to take you straight through to this page where they're saying there are different ways to apply for registration depending on which part of the register you want to join and where you're trained. So I'm just going to go through. So I'm a registered nurse. I'm also a midwife. Well, I'm not interested in practicing midwifery here in the UK. So I registered as an adult nurse. So I'm just going to click here. I'm registering as a nurse. I mean, you can get all the information you need here, basically. You can get everything, all the information you need here. Don't believe in hearsays, or this person say, this person say. All the information are here. So it's just going to go bring you through to this. Register as a nurse or midwife. We say trained in the UK, trained outside the UK. It shows you the information that you require. And it's gonna go to register as if you're trained outside the UK. Everything you need to know about registering. Check you're ready to register and then find out how to join the register. Now, I'm going to say, can we click on the find out how to join the register and read the guide? Okay, we're just gonna click here and then we can go back again. They say, check you are ready to register. That is the first stage. The first stage is check to make sure you're ready to register. Second is complete eligibility and qualification application. Previously, before now, when I did mine, that was in 2015. You basically log into their website. Before you even start, you're supposed to have taken your English test exam. Then you're filling out all the information, giving them your English test number, and then they will reconfirm, send you, print out all your documents and all that, and, fill out, and they do the checks and then get back to you to go ahead with your CBT. So moving going, but let me take you back again. You check you're ready to register, which is on here. You complete eligibility and qualification application. That's the second stage. You check the test of competence. That's the third stage. And then you complete your registration application, and then they evaluate your application. And under which one, it has like subheadings. Yeah. Completing your application is when you provide your health evidence, provide character evidence, provide language evidence, confirm professional indemnity arrangements, and pay registration fee. And then showing the test of competence is once you've confirmed your eligibility, we ask you to complete a test of competence. Okay, so completing your eligibility is the first part of your registration. You begin your application, you provide your identity evidence. I mean, your identity is your international passport. That's even where you need to start. If you don't have an international passport, I mean, this is, you need it. You just need it. You can't do without it, both for your English test and for this registration. It is what you need to provide your identity. Okay, give me a second, please. Let me just confirm. Why is it taking like forever? 1 second, guys. Sorry, I'm just following up on. See, see, see. Sorry about that, guys. So you pay your evaluation fee and then await the evaluation outcomes. Hello, hello, it's ready. And then sharing your. So the first one is check you're ready to register. So first, we're going to go through how much it costs. I think I'm going to go through this using the NMC website because basically it means that it's giving you valid information. I'm not making up anything I'm saying here. 1 second again. Hello, they said it's ready. Hello, they said it's ready. So I'm just going to go through, I've made the notes here, but almost, let me just use the NMC website so you can be seeing it for yourself. So first, they're going to show you one thing about Igbo, of course. They tell you how much it's going to cost just to make sure you're ready for it. How much is it going to cost? Now, the total cost of fees and tests is 1,170 pounds. I don't know how much that is in Naira. But don't be daunted by this figure here because most employers, when you finally get a job, your employers, most, if not all, will pay for your OSCE. That is removing like about 793 pounds from this. So you can imagine how much is left. So what you need basically is, paying for your evaluation fee, which is 140 pounds, and then taking your computer-based test, which is 83 pounds. I know that this test is conducted by VUE centers. I don't know how it is now, so you might want to confirm. But usually on the website, they will take you, maybe by the time you put your location and stuff, they should be able to tell you their centers where you can book for this test. I understand that Nigeria now has their own center where you can go. Me, I did mine in Ghana. So, and then the OSCE costs 794 pounds. I'm just going to show you there. Costs 794 pounds, which, like I said, your employer normally, when you're employed and you've come over, they will usually book this test for you and they will pay for it for you. Let's not talk about receipts. Let's not talk about partial receipts. I mean, it's not our portion. We are Nigerians, isn't it? We don't fail exams, even though I failed once, but hey. So moving ahead, and then you pay your 153 pounds roughly for registration. When you've passed your OSCE and you're getting your PIN, you need to pay 153 pounds for that. We'll move over to the next. How long does it take? like I said, I will say normally it depends on how quickly you get all your evidence. There are a number of factors, like they said, including preparing your evidence. You need to show that it depends on you, basically. And then assessing your qualification normally will take 14 days, from what I can see here. That's from the time you finish submitting all your qualifications and everything they need. Takes 14 days. And they normally give you like 2 years to complete the registration before it expires and you starting all over again. So they give you 2 years, including for you to take your CBT and OSCE. Okay. The plan is for them to, according to what they're saying here, you can see here, is for you to complete your registration within 30 days. So within 30 days, but for me, I think it took me like 3 months between the time I started and the time I took my CBT, because I remember very well I was heavily pregnant, so I was, there was a little bit of delay. But if you're quick enough, and I know nursing council can also delay you as well. It took me like 6 weeks for nursing council to do my verification. Now, remember you need referees, and you ought to have valid referees, knowing that NMC are going to contact them, usually via emails. And then and that's it basically for the time frame. Okay, so um from this their website, I'm going to um list everything that you need. One, they're saying we strongly recommend you gather your evidence before you start your application to avoid unnecessary delays. Okay. So here they're saying what you need is your identity evidence, which is your international passport, and then your qualification evidence. You need your license, you need your certificate, the original certificate they gave you from NMC. You need health evidence from your GP, we call it GP here, or your medical doctor. And then you need a character evidence as well, somebody that can say, I know this person, she is trustworthy, she can work in the UK with no problems. And then your language evidence, which could be your IELTS, or I understand that if you're able to provide evidence, if your school can provide evidence that you were trained in English language within the last 2 years. I'll need to confirm this information, I'm not sure. Then they might waive IELTS for you. They may, I'm not sure. But there was a time I had that information that if you did your School of Nursing in English and your school is able to provide evidence that you were taught in English, they might waive it for you. But then I read again on this website that there are certain countries that speak, majority of the population speak English language, that they will normally waive, like which of these cities again? Jamaica. Even though I could barely hear Jamaican English. I used to struggle to hear them. Jamaica, Saint Lucia, all those Caribbean countries. Yes, they do waive English tests for them. And then confirmation of professional indemnity cover. I don't know what this means, because I know that here in the UK, yes, you need indemnity to practice. Either you're getting that from RCN or from your NHS trust. But I'm just going to click on it so that we can read it together to understand really what it means. So confirmation of professional indemnity. So basically, it's like an insurance that is covering you here. So okay, so it's more like a declaration whereby you're saying, remember, if you're employed by NHS trust or a major nursing home, they have an indemnity cover in place. So it's just like you declaring that if you start practicing, you're going to have an indemnity arrangement in place. So it's just you saying yes, that's basically what it is. And your application will ask you to declare that you have or will have. So it's basically, you will have. So they're saying you don't need to personally hold an indemnity cover, but it's your responsibility to ensure that appropriate cover is in place. So it's what checking with your employer or insurance provider to convert this. See, when you keep sorry about that. So that is basically what this is. So moving ahead, so I'm just going to move ahead again. Sorry, my laptop is touch screen, so I keep using my hand to touch. I'm going to move ahead to joining the register again. So here, basically, I'll click again, nurse. I think we've diverted a little bit. So we're trained outside the UK. So we click on them, and it's going to take us to... So let's go through. So we've basically gone through the stages of registration. Now, I will quickly show you how to go get your pre-application checklist. There, you click on there, it takes you to here, and it's just this checklist gets you a personalized checklist for everything you need to provide in your registration. So basically what it's saying is that they give you the requirements based on the information you give them here. So you cannot, when you put in your information and they give you a checklist, what it means is that you cannot what it means is that you cannot use it for someone else. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a... So I'm just gonna go get a checklist. So do you have a valid passport? Please, if you don't have a valid passport, I think it's best you click no, then go back and get a valid passport. You need your passport more than 3 months to expiry at the time. I mean, you need it, I would say 6 months or even a year. So you're going to click yes, I do have a passport. And then you go on to there. Have you ever changed your name? I'm going to click no in this situation because, I mean, I'm just going to do this straightforward way. But if you've been married and at some point you changed your name, basically, if you've changed your name, I remember I did, to confirm my change of name, I provided my court marriage certificate. They don't take church marriage certificate, they take court marriage certificate, and then a valid post whereby you say, where you post in the newspaper that change of name, blah, 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 all that. Yeah, I think that was what I provided to confirm my change of name. And then moving ahead, do you have a qualification that has or will allow you to register as a nurse or midwife in the country you train? Definitely, if you've qualified in Nigeria, it means that you're allowed to practice in Nigeria, isn't it? So you go ahead there and click yes. And then you go on to, do you have your original qualification certificate? You said yes. Go to next. And then, does your health allow you to practice safely and effectively? You're going to say yes. If there's anything affecting your health that may not allow you to practice, it may worth being said, or you're not sure, you can click not sure or no. But of course, I'm sure that, for you to start this process, I'm sure that your health will be, of course, good for you to practice over here. And then you're going to click next. Have you received a police charge, caution, or No, I haven't. I don't know about you. And you click no there. And then determine has another regulatory body. That's basically the NMC in Nigeria where you qualified or wherever place you qualified. Now, remember, let's just say, no, let me not go there. So maybe NMC Nigeria, have they at some point ever thought that your fitness to practice is impaired? you're going to say no. And then next, showing that is 73%. Have you ever been registered? Of course, no. Have you ever been registered in the UK? That's basically the question they're asking. I'm going to go ahead and say no. And then what evidence of English language do you have to support your application? I'm going to click an accepted English test because that's what I used in my own time. You might want to find out my training. Like I remember they said 2 years ago, 2 years qualification, taught in English, you provide evidence that you were taught in English. It might be waived for you. I don't know. Confirm that information. But I know that Nigeria is not part of the English, majority speaking English country. So I doubt if that English test will be waived. And then that is an accepted English test. And then you click on the next. Will you have appropriate indemnity cover in place for your practice? Like we did before, they've explained what indemnity cover is. So basically, it's a kind of declaration saying that when you start working, I mean, once you're employed as a within the NHS or a major nursing home employs you here, yes, they will have an indemnity cover for you in place. Now, NMC has said it doesn't necessarily mean you need your personal indemnity, but just make sure you ask your employer, do you guys have professional indemnity cover for people that work for you? It might worth, asking them. I work in the NHS, I know I'm covered. So I'm just gonna say yes, and then I'll submit. So they've given me a pre-application list. Yeah. So I'm just going to download. So download PDF and just downloading. Then go on here. Okay. Now, okay, let me just scroll down. I don't think I can download because I'm sharing the screen. Let me see if I can share multiple screen. Oh, what's going on here? More. You share. Okay. Let's see. So I can retrieve my yeah. Okay, so checking on my downloads, looking, yeah, that's our pre-application checklist there. Clicking on it to open. So I'm just waiting for it to download. Yeah. So it's just saying your pre-application checklist about your results is, like I said, the answers in this checklist are personalized for you based on your individual answers, okay? And it's only valid for today. So that means if anything changes and you fill out a different thing, it's going to completely give you a new checklist. Let's say you were not married today and then you get married tomorrow and you're doing your change of name and stuff. It's going to give you a completely new checklist. So it's just shown me here, proof of identity. You indicated that you have a valid passport. Remember, your passport must have more than 3 months to expiry at the time you submit your application. You need to give your passport details and upload a clear scan or photograph of your passport's picture page at the start of your application. This one, you need it even right from the beginning of your application. Now, They said 3 months, but for me, I would say 1 year. I mean, almost it's now crazy getting a job even after you've taken your test of competence and everything, and you've been given a go ahead to take your OSCE. Because most people don't even have a job. I know so many people that are on my DP asking me, what can we do? We can't find a job. We've been applying. In fact, I don't even know. I know that usually they give you 6 months from the time you passed your test of competence to get a job and take your OSCE. I don't even know how long they give now because, I mean, it takes way much longer for people to even get a job and come over. So you need your passport details. It's clearly written on there to upload a clear scan. You can download CAM scanner, or you can go to, we used to have cyber cafes that can do this scanning for you. But if you have a CAM scanner and you're using an iPhone or a recent Android that is really good with the camera, you should be able to do this on your phone. And they're talking about you need additional if you have a different name like marriage or something like that, or you were divorced, you need a different. So moving ahead, the second is your qualification. So basically you need your, I wish I could have gotten my Nigerian qualification certificate to show you. But I'm sure if you've trained as a nurse in Nigeria or wherever, you should have a certificate. So basically, this is the certificate you will need. Remember, and they will need verification from NMC Nigeria, which normally there's a form you print out to give to NMC Nigeria, which by now I believe they should have, you know, um, forms. I think is now sent electronically. I'm not sure, but as you go through these stages of registration, it's very organized. NMC UK is quite organized. They take you stage by stage. If there's anything you need to print out and send to NMC, or they're going to send it directly to them, then you will see it on there. But I remember when I did mine, I printed out the form and I sent it to NMC. So you'll be getting your original certificate there, and then that NMC card, evidence of your qualification, that NMC, the certificate, and then, the NMC card, they give you like a card in Nigeria. What do you call it? I've even forgotten. That bears your PIN, your photograph, and all that. You need it. And then so they said, contact details of your regulator. You ask you for the name of the regulator, which is Nigerian Nursing and Midwifery Council. So they will want to confirm, of course, if you're registered. And then they're asking you, could you let them know that you're applying to register with them, and make sure that you've completed all the steps so that when they finally contact NMC Nigeria, you won't be having any hitches at all. And then contact details of your school of education. I trained the University of Nigeria Teaching Hospital. Of course, I got my transcript. I don't know if they ask for transcripts now, but I got my transcript and sent it to them. Now, they might now contact them electronically. I don't know what's the situation, but you should be able to know this as you go through the stages. And then depending on, we may ask you to complete test of competence, as definitely this is a must. So you're definitely going to write your test of competence. And then your health declaration from a medical practitioner or an occupational health practitioner. And then providing character evidence. There is a detailed guidance here. I mean, everything is on here on the NMC with every information you need. And the funny thing is, even when I was in Nigeria, I was able to write them emails if I was confused about anything, give them a ring over the phone just to confirm a few details. It might take a while because the person you're directly getting in contact with may not know, may not have the information you need. So they might put you on hold and while they get somebody that can answer your question. Like I always say, it's always best to go through email. At least you have evidence, and they will normally reply you. Yeah, it might take up to 7 working days, but it is what it is. So these are the stages you need to go. So now I'm going back to the NMC website now. So yeah, that's it. So that's it with the um the application checklist. And then at your eligibility stage, I mean, I'm not going to go through, going through that process again, because it's a waste of time. And because once I go to the eligibility stage, whereby I have to open an account with them, and then they will have to, give me a number and all that. I don't want to go through that. So once you've given your checklist and you're ready, then you go on to say apply. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going back to registration now. Joining the register. No. I'm making a video. Just go away. So daddy has gone to get it. Out. I'm making a video. So basically, this is what you need. And then, so you're just going to click here, begin. I need that, please. I need it for and I have it. So I'm just going to say, begin my application, and it's going to say, start application. Like I said, I'm not going to start this process. I'm just showing you what to do. So you're going to see here, it's saying, I want to register as a nurse. I want to register as a midwife. Now, I'm just going to click here. I want to register, and it's going to say what field I'm going to put here. If you're a mental health nurse, learning disability nurse, which I doubt we do in Nigeria, mental health is basically like psychiatric nursing. Then children nurse and adult. I'm going to click on adults, and then I've read and click on there. I have not been issued in the UK as a nurse. I have not. You click on there and then you click next. This is the stage. Please select country of your nationality. I'm going to type in Nigeria. And then select country you were trained. I'm going to put Nigeria. So let's just say you're trained outside Nigeria. Remember, you'll be contacted, because I know some nurses that were trained in the Philippines. So you might want to. So click here on this. This is what you've told us so far, which please check all the details are correct. You can make changes by clicking the edit button. So you're going to do that. If this detail, please complete. Yeah, I declare, understand, and then I'm going over to the next page. So your answers tell us that you're using the right route to get on our register. To continue application, click the sign up link below to create. So basically, we're finally creating an NMC online account. So moving ahead, I'm going to say sign up to register with NMC Online. Like I said, I'm not gonna go through this process. I mean, it's not gonna cost me any harm, but hey, I'm not doing it. So put your email here. Then one other thing is, if you need to create an email, you might want to create an email like me. I created an email, lilianhonora4@gmail.com. It makes it more official. It makes it more like, responsible. And your title, this is where you fill out all the basic information and all that, and you continue. But like I said, so these are stage by stage. So as you're completing the stage, it's telling you, remember they told you you'll be uploading a scanned copy of your passport page. And then when you filled out, and then at some point you're going to pay the evaluation fee, £140. Usually you can pay this through, I know that there are some people in Nigeria, like what do you call those money exchange people that have dollar accounts? They should be able to pay this for you. If you have somebody in the UK or in the US, they should be able to pay this for you. I don't think the Naira account card will be accepted on this website. And then your multiple choice question, like I said, once you've put this, though I do understand now that people go straight into taking Baba. Thank you. So I mean, when you get to that test, they will ask you for your location. It's usually administered by VUE. And then they show you, they tell you the location. I know they had in Lagos and Abuja. I don't know about other cities that they have, but go through the process and pass your test of competence, which is basically, then it was 120 multiple choice questions. And NMC will also give you direction on what to read. I know that I read Royal Marsden's book of clinical nursing then and answered their questions. But I'm sure their questions might have changed a little bit now. Then it was, I finished that Royal Marsden. I downloaded the online copy. I read it multiple times before I took that exam. And when I walked into the exam hall and I wrote the exam, I was like, oh, what's this now? Is this like a primary school exam? But I'm sure it might have changed now. So it's better to be over prepared than not prepared at all. And then after that, that's when you've passed your CBT, that then they'll be doing your evaluation, getting in contact with your referees, your declaration of health, and all that. And that's basically it. It's a very straightforward process. I think the hardest part will be you when you're finally ready getting a job in the UK. So this is all I can say for now. I hope I've provided you with the required information you need. If you need any more information, please do comment on the comment section, and then I'll be happy to find out more if you need to. Or any area of concern to you, I'm happy to find out more information and share it with you. Or if you know someone who has done this recently, you can comment on this comment section where the new if anything has changed. But the website I logged on is obviously NMC and it's updated. They have recent information. So thank you. I hope you do enjoy this video, and thank you for listening. I love you and I'm rooting for you. Bye.